On today's Tech Help for Churches, the advantages of Twitter over Facebook. Hi everyone, and welcome again to another episode of Tech Help for Churches. Tech Help for Churches is the weekly show that's all about using the internet to get your church's message out. My name is Clifford, and I'm your host. You can contact me by heading over to trinitydigitalmedia.com/contact, leaving a comment below this video, or hitting me up on Twitter, Paul Allen Cliff, PaulAlanclif. So let's talk about Twitter, shall we? I've been trying to figure out Facebook. You might be thinking, wait, you said let's talk about Twitter. I've been trying to figure out about Facebook for a couple of years now, and I think it's just a different type of community. It's all about the people you already know. So I've got 500 some odd, maybe into the 600 now, friends on Facebook. And they're all people, well, typically they're people that I've met in person. Meeting new people on Facebook is a bit of a challenge for me. I haven't figured out how to do it. I mean, I could pay for getting new audience on my fan page, but that's really not what I want to do, because that will also increase the amount of money that it costs me to advertise on Facebook, because Facebook lowers the price on engaging ads, and they judge engagement by how your audience is engaged. So if I get people that really are fake, aren't all that engaged, etc., then that's going to drive up the ad rate. So I'm not sure how to do it. So still trying to figure it out. But in the meantime, let's talk about the advantages that Twitter has. I've used Twitter since 2006, I want to say. Yeah, 2006, because that's when my 7, nearly 8-year-old was born, and I tweeted about her birth way back then. So that's when she was born, and it was a really interesting time. I've had the same Twitter account for the entire time. I've changed the name a couple of times. It started out as SEMPEI13, which I created a new account with that name, but just so that I would have it. Then I went to Podcast in Church when I released my first book, Podcasting Church. Well, now I'm Paul Allen Cliff, PaulAlanclif. Twitter, basically, the people that follow you get to see what you do, as long as they're on at the same time, or as long as they have a number of followers where they can go back in time. I've got just over 45,000 followers on Twitter, and I can't read all their stuff because even when I try and keep up, I get behind. I can't read as fast as new tweets come in. And that's even given the fact that I'm only following about half of those people. But for a lot of those people that only have so many followers, that only follow so many people, they can go back in time and see my tweets from previous times and interact with them. What is not widely known, and I really wish Facebook would be a little bit more forthright about this, is they try and decide what you would like. So, based on your likes, based on where you comment, etc., they populate your newsfeed. There is, I don't know, I can't remember what it is. Oh yeah, there's a Twitter page called Humans of New York, and it's strangely not about New York. It's about people all over the world and these stories that the person engaged with. And I liked one story one time, and yet now it's in my feed constantly. So it's not the case that Facebook is good at this. I'm sorry, Robert Scoble, you're just wrong. If you have to spend hours and hours and hours trying to make Facebook good, they are not good. It's like trying to train someone that has no ability to do something artistic to do something artistic, and then once you spend 10 years trying to get them to do something rudimentarily artistic, calling them good and saying you have success, that's not the same thing. So I think that Facebook, maybe they'll get better at this after years and years, but right now they are just horrible at deciding what you actually want to see. I think it would be much better if they would start out with everything and cull it down to only the stuff that I want to see, as opposed to starting with what they think I want to see and then hoping that I give them enough signal that they figure it out. Now, this isn't a rant against Facebook. This is just something that I think you need to know as you're interacting with them. If you're building a fan page presence on Facebook for your church, for your ministry, you might think everyone that likes your page sees everything that you do. Right now, that's not the case. Right now, and I'm recording this in September of 2014, September 8th, 2014 to be exact. Right now, people see about 25%. 25% of the people see what you do. And so if you've got 200 people following you, about 50 of them are going to see what you've done. Does that seem right to you? Now, on Twitter, everybody has the ability to see what you've done, and that's one thing that I like. Secondly, it's hard to introduce yourself to new people on Facebook. So how do you grow your fan page other than amongst people that you know and interact with? I quite frankly don't know, other than paying for Facebook to do it. And I mean, you can do contests, you can have your friends share things, but by paying for Facebook to do it, you might actually even lower the percentage of people that interact with your stuff. So that's problematic. Twitter, on the other hand, you can boost posts to people you don't know, but there's no, hey, I'm paying so that people that follow me already can see what they followed me to see. You see? So I really think that there's a keen advantage in using Twitter in that you can meet new people by following new people. What I do is I look for people who have topics that they address that are similar to the ones that I address. And I figure that people that follow them probably like that sort of thing. So if, in my case, I'm a church tech guy, if I find someone that also talks about church tech and has a decent sized following, and I follow their friends, the people that they follow back, then typically we would have some touch points. Typically, they would find what I do interesting. Not always, but there's a better chance than just randomly picking people. Whereas on Facebook, there's really no good mechanism of saying, hey, take a look at my stuff. Head over here, you might like it. I mean, I can do ads, but that's iffy. So I really want to suggest to you that the advantage of Twitter over Facebook is really a twofold advantage. First, you can engage newer people. You can try and find people in your local area to interact with as a church. That's advantage number one. Advantage number two is when you do that, they have a better possibility of actually seeing what you've sent. Now, it's only 140 characters, so it's not as much. It's not as engaging. But as it turns out on Twitter, stuff under like 200 characters tends to be engaged with more often. So you're still limited in both situations. So that's why I use Twitter. I think you can meet a lot of new people on Twitter. You can engage with a lot of new people. You can just reach out in who you're interacting with on Twitter. Whereas on Facebook, not so much. And that's a problem that I see. And it's a problem for me as someone who's trying to expand my influence, but it's also a problem for you at your church. As you're trying to expand your influence, it would be a fine place for the people that are a part of your church already. But how do you do what we call outreach? How do you strike out and interact with new people? I don't think you do. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just if your goal is to meet new people, to engage with new people, to have people rub off on each other and engage in dialogue, Facebook just may not be the right place for it. So, that's what I want to suggest. And I want to suggest that it's the social media that you choose that helps you as you're going out and changing eternity. Till next time, this is Paul Allen Clifford with TrinityDigitalMedia.com. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe for free, and you'll get all the updates. Listen or watch previous episodes, watch the next one, or check out some of the other shows in the churchtechcast.com network. Your comments are always appreciated and always wanted down below this video, and I'd love for you to head out and like, comment, etc. this video. Till next time.